Right, welcome to another Warhammer Worlds episode. Got a new battlefield to show you here. It's like an abandoned, derelict city here with some 40k accessories scattered across the battlefield, but got an eerie kind of setup here. So in this video I'm going to show you from start to finish how this is put together. Quite straightforward. Some little tricks here as well, which I'll show you in this video. So as per usual, I'll leave as many links as I can for you in the video description below, so I'll give you an idea of where to get these different items from as you build up this terrain. You're free to copy as much as you want. You can copy this board set up entirely. I'll show you stage by stage, and then you can take elements from this, or you can replicate this board completely if you so wish. So the starting foundation for this is a battle mat. This one is 44 inches across by 60. It's from gamemat.eu. It's just called Swamp. And that's this kind of muddy, mossy kind of effect going on with this. Just zoom in so you can see the detail of what's going on with this one. So that's the kind of colours. You've got some sandy, earthy kind of colours going on. It's sort of rotten wood, black kind of colours. And there's also some mossy kind of green coming through as well. It's an interesting map, but it certainly creates an atmosphere on the board. So I wanted to go for like a swampy, derelict, kind of blasted wasteland kind of effect. With this one. So the battle mat's the mouse mat kind of material, so you've got the black underneath. It's soft, rolls out nice and flat, very quiet for dice rolling, don't get that clattering sound, and it's figure friendly as well. If your models fall over, it's a softer landing for them. Battle mat's great, just gives you the colour scheme, the foundation that you need, and then when you finish, just roll it up. The battle mats come with a carry case as well. It's all part of the package with those. So 44 inches by 60. I'll put a link for it in the video description below, and then just next to that link you'll also see a discount that you can use for your suppliers from gamemat.eu. So that generates the colour scheme for you. Then I'm using a single terrain set, Gothic Ruins, this one, again from gamemat.eu. It comes pre-painted, and it fills out the table really well. This is one set. You get a really large ruin across here, this one. Then you get two large ones here, then some medium-sized ruins as part of that set. Then you get these smaller corner buildings, which there's 4 of those. One there, 2 across there, and 1 across the other side. There are some features that come with it. The windows you can block out. You get some spare pieces like this with it, and you can use those to block out the windows if you wish, or you can use them as scatter around on the board as well. There's actually a wall set that comes with this as well. There's about 6 wall sections. Which also comes with that set. But as you can see, it's filled out the table really well. It's just the one set there. Just to give you your height, structure to the table, places to hide, obscuring terrain. These ruins will count as obscuring, so they'll block off the table quite nicely. So really, once those are placed, it fills out the table really well. I've been conscious to leave like roadways that are wide enough for larger tanks to get through. You can see a corridor down there as well, so keep that in mind. That helps to spread the terrain out, and it gives you access around the table. For things such as vehicles. So as you can see, that bulks out the table really well, and it's really been a case of just adding accessories to that. So I used to do this a lot when I was younger and getting into wargaming, and that was making terrain from rocks, just like rocks from the garden and twigs and so on. I've done it here just to see how effective it can be. I think I've got away over here, it looks all right. So these rocks are from the garden, just real rocks. Pick them out for they're sort of nice flat and harder edges on them, so that models and terrain can stand on top. You can see this rock across here. Deliberately pick this one that has some algae, natural algae and green on it, just to match it in with the board. Another one through here. And they can add some nice height to your board, and you can stack them up to get that kind of effect across there. So rocks, you can get those from the seaside or from riverbeds, or you can buy them in. Whichever way, you can go to quarries and so on and get a hold of them. You may have some spare around your garden and so on. But I've drafted them in here, and as long as you sort of blend them in with lich and other terrain accessories and so on, you can get away with using them on the board. And then this is a shrub that died in my garden last winter. Took it down, it was ready for the bonfire, and I thought, well, hang on a second, I might be able to get away with using that as terrain on the board. So trimmed it to size, and it's as natural as you can get. So it's real wood. And what I've done is I've sandwiched them between rocks just to hold them in place. for our games, like so. So I haven't had to build the terrain. I've simply taken the rocks and the sticks across here, nudged them together, and that's created the height of them on the battlefield. So like zero effort involved with that, just able to quickly put that together. I've even threaded this one through the narrow window opening across here, so all growing through, so it gives you that look. Because when you get an abandoned building, often trees will start growing like through the ruins and coming up through the abandoned buildings. It takes a few years and they sort of grow through the cracks and through the windows and so on. That's what's happened here. So just adding age to this abandoned kind of city that we've got going on here. And then again, you can see the twigs just jammed in between the rocks there, just pushing the rocks together and then clamping those twigs in place. It gives you the look of these old abandoned trees. So you can just get those from your own garden. You might see them out and about in the forest and so on, different places. But just a shrub here that's just died, and then it was meant to be for the bonfire, but salvaged the twigs from that to use here for this board. And it matches it really well, the swamp table. I think the twigs work out well enough. So that's a little trick that you can do. Perhaps you are on a budget and you're trying to think of ways of filling out your table for terrain. And when I first started getting into wargaming, that's the kind of terrain that I was putting together. It's really good fun. Just real rocks, real twigs, and then you can fill a table out quite effectively. And you can actually, if you select it well and set up your table nicely, you can get some really realistic looking effects. That's a trick there. You don't always have to get pre-built, pre-made stuff. You can create your own terrain very easily. And in this situation, I've combined it with the pre-painted stuff. So I've got my sculpted structural stuff here from GameMat.eu, and then supplementing it with sort of natural resources and blending the whole thing together. But I think it creates a nice sort of abandoned kind of look here for this table. Then ready on the board, the rest is accessories. So Munitorum armored containers, there's a painted tutorial for those on the channel. These pipes are from the industrial terrain set from GameMat.eu, which is a brilliant set, but I've brought the pipes across over into this terrain setup. If you like the look of these walkways, they're handcrafted. There's been a lot of requests for them on the channel, but there is a full tutorial for those, how to assemble and put those together. I'll leave a link for them in the video description below. But walkways are brilliant. You can span gaps with them. Look, across here. Brilliant job. And then across here, spanning across of that one just adds a brilliant dimension to your table. Other accessories, little things like this, the boxes and barrels and containers. These are from Games Workshop, so just adding those in again just to blend the whole board together to give it that sort of 40k theme. So if you took this stuff away and you took away the modern stuff, took away the walkways, the back boxes and barrels, you could easily play this as an Age of Sigmar table. There's a couple of bits to mention here. That would be the stones. So I use these pretty much on all my boards. So those stones, so I've actually sprayed them with some of the spray paints that I use for the terrain just to match them in, and then a little bit of ink washes just to really get the right colour for those. Usually for my grey sort of city fight boards, but they seem to match in really well with this table as well. And then also one of my favourites, that's lichen. Get a hold of that from your model railway shops, different shades. You can find them on places like eBay. Sometimes it's best to see them physically if you can get to a hobby shop, just see the different shades that are available. But if you can't, then places like eBay will have them. If you get that cost effective enough, it's brilliant for bulk filling out things like bushes and scrub and so on. So those couple of extra accessories being used, that really helps just to blend everything in together on the board. So that's pretty much it. We'll go to our usual musical. We'll fade out the music here and just pan around the table just to give you the theme and the atmosphere going on with this board. It's a nice theme to it here. You can imagine the Blood Angels fighting across this, or Dark Angels even look really cool. And of course the forces of chaos, different chaos legions will look good on this table as well. So nicely, strongly themed. All is abandoned here is the theme with this one, this derelict city, all the trees and scrub growing through. Great atmospheric board to play some games of 40k across. Links to the video description below. Do use that discount code as well for GameMat.eu to get a good discount off of your stuff from them. Keep a lookout for more videos in this series. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.